Hello and welcome to my channel. I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself. I am Aaron Bonovich. I am a security guard here in San Diego. I wanted to take recordings of my coming up projects. I'm going to be remodeling a very large RV, a 1983 Southwind RV with a 454 big block. This RV has been in lots of disrepair recently. It needs to be renovated quite badly. I'm gonna show you guys how I start this out, and also as I go along I'll be buying new equipment to be making better videos, so you guys won't have to suffer through my built-in webcam's crappiness. I'm going to be using a Nissan Leaf for the batteries. I'm going to be adding that to my RV in a 24-volt system, adding new solar panels. The one I currently have are broken, they're cracked really bad. I will be reusing those as well. I'm going to be spray foaming my RV, and I'm going to document all that as I go through. I want to take a quick moment to give you guys an idea of how I'm going to be doing this and what I'm going to be using. This is the RV I have. As you can see, it's a pretty nice RV. It has a lot of potential behind it. Mine's a little bit more in disrepair than this one is. These are just generic Google images, but you get the idea. It's not very eye-pleasing. So what I want to start doing, I need to get a new paint job. Oh, that looks nice. That looks a lot better. Doesn't that? But also, I need to get some batteries for it. I'm going to be using a Nissan Leaf. The Nissan Leaf is an all-electric car. This car, as you can see, has a pretty good battery in there. That's not that bad. If you want a little more information about that, look at that battery. As you can see, this is the battery from a 2018 Nissan Leaf. Inside the battery are little cells. Each cell is about 3.7 volts, I believe. I don't remember correctly. I'll be doing more research into this so I can get you guys correct numbers. However, I saw another YouTuber, I'll give a link down in the description below, that uses these same batteries, and he configured his system in a 48-volt system, which is a very ideal way for using these. However, I want to buy these batteries and put it into a 24-volt system, so I have other functionalities that he decided to sacrifice into what I want to use. I'll be using a lot of the same techniques and a lot of the same equipment that he used. Again, I'll leave the description and link below. I'll give credit where it's due, right? So he's using an REC BMS. As you can see, I already have it pulled up. As you can see, the first one it brings up is a 12-volt BMS. However, as I said, I'm going to be using a 24-volt system. So this is the one I'm going to be using, the same exact one as him. The reason being, it is good up to 48 volts. And if you use it the same way, I mean, as you, if you're doing the same project and you're using BMSs, I suggest you find one that is above where you need to be, just for the reason it will have a little bit more tolerance and it won't burn out, it won't be destroyed as easily. So, as you can see, this is for balancing the main system. Each cell area is going to need to be balanced separately. So all the battery BMS wires need to come to one side and plug into this. These two parts right here, you unscrew the two screws, you put all your wires into it, you screw each wire down onto the screws, and then you plug them in all at one time. This way, when the cells are being initialized, when it's reading all the different cells and the voltages, and it needs to be able to tell everything at one time. If you put in one by one and screw them down one by one, it won't be able to initialize correctly and it can damage the device. That's why these are removable. So please make sure you remove these before you decide to turn it on. Now, in addition to this management system, I'm going to need a lithium cutoff. Here we go. If you take a look at this right here, here you go. Here is your BMS wires. These are the wires that come in from the battery pack. Each wire is a different cell. You have your first positive and your last negative on here as well. These over here are for cutoffs, for different kinds of cutoffs. This is a communications line or something else. I haven't got this far yet. As you see, I'm still trying to get into this. Anyways, you have your contactor. These are not a basic relay. These are contactors. These are for high current to remain on or remain off for a very long time. Regular relays, they will get hot. They will burn out really quickly if you leave them on. These will not. So make sure you're not using normal relays for this kind of application. Say contactor. Then you have the shunt. The shunt measures the current being drawn across this low resistance right here, so it can measure. You have your pre-charge unit. I believe this one has to get to a certain charging voltage before the contactor will turn on and allow power to flow into the battery. You have that communications wire right there that goes up to the LCD. Alright, here you go. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Up to 16 cells, just like the normal one. Up to 16 cells. The difference is you have a little bit more with the storage energy part. I believe it's just a separate device. Here's your LCD, and this is their solar panels. I don't know if everyone's seen that. But the only problem is with REC is I have not found a place to actually buy except for emailing him or contacting him right here. But I have not found a place that actually sells REC BMSs. So I might need to special order it or find a dealer here in San Diego, California, because I cannot find these for the life of me. Alright, anyways, in addition to this BMS, I'm going to be needing a inverter. And as I said, this is the big reason I'm using 24 volt instead of 48 volt. They are using more Victron energy 48 volt application devices. However, I want to use a Magnum Energy 24 volt hybrid inverter. Sorry if you guys can hear the clacking of my keys. I know you can. However, again, I'm just starting this out. Hybrid inverter. As you can see, 24 volt hybrid inverter. They do not have a 48 volt hybrid inverter. As you can see, click this one. It's not hybrid. It's just a normal inverter. A hybrid will say hybrid right here. For a 48 volt one, yeah, you might not need this this special feature I want this for. Hybrid, what it basically is able to do is when you are when you have your hybrid, you have your solar charging into your battery, so your solar charge controller, which I will be getting a new one. I'm going to use the Outback. I'll get into reasons for that in a little bit. The solar panels come down to the solar charge controller and go into the batteries. If my batteries are fully charged and if I'm plugged into shore power and I'm boondocked, sometimes their power isn't good enough. Right now, where I'm parked, I'm using an extension cord and extension cord only, which is very bad, especially if I want to run an AC, the microwave, or whatever else high draw appliance. I can blow out breakers, I can overheat that cable and cause a fire. It's just not a good thing. Sorry guys, a little tired. Anyways, however, with a hybrid energy one, you can do power assist mode, which you can use your power first, your mains power first, and use your battery to supplement that power. That's not the mode I'm looking for. You can also use battery assist mode. Basically, your solar panels have your power completely charged 100% of the time. Now, if your battery level drops to a certain point in the night, then your mains utility will turn back on and recharge your batteries. If you are using like your microwave, your batteries are going to die quicker, and you can use your power, if it's available, to assist for that high load, so you don't use all your battery power at one time. You can keep your batteries charged. You can in reality use whatever you need to use without worrying of causing a fire. Anyways, this is the only reason why I want this device other than the 48 volt. If you want, there's advantages for each one. This specifically, this advantage I want for my RV, and I'll give a link in the description, or actually I'm going to put a little thing up in the corner. I don't know which side it will pop up on, but to their video. From this, I'm also going to need to get the controller for I'm going to need to get the controller to manage the different systems, to see what it's doing and be able to enable that menu on this. These are a pretty penny. They're about $3,000. However, is the one that I chose to use and will purchase for this project. I'm going to be getting the interior redone as well. I'm going to have it spray foamed. Here's that Outback I was talking about. Outback Solar. Used for the 48 volt system, and those are the Outback inverters. 24 volt. Sorry, I keep on thinking about his video and how he's doing 48 volt. But anyways, here I believe this is Outback China. This is the real Outback Solar. Well, no, never mind. That's also China. Dang. There's a lot of Chinese knockoffs around here. Outback MPPT Solar 24 volt. Here we go. I guess these are. Nope. Here it is. Outback Solar Flex Max. Anyways, the panels I'll be purchasing are going to come down from the roof into here. This is going to feed down into my batteries, and the BMS will take care of the cell-to-cell charging. In between each of the battery, from the solar panel to this, from this to this batteries, you're going to make sure you need pretty thick gauge wire. I'm going to do 0-watt wire, as you can see. Actually, just 0. There you go. I'm going to be buying this kind of wire right here. It's mostly used for automotive audio. However, it has a very low resistance, and if it's good for audio, it's going to be good for solar panels. It's going to be good for my battery cabling. It'll work pretty well. As you can see, good 0 gauge wire. That's going to be perfect for this. So, from the roof, solar panels down, I'm going to be using this, and then from this down over into the battery compartment, I'm also going to be using this for 12 volt runs as well, because I'm going to be, even though my batteries are going to be 24 volt, I'm going to be going 12 volt systems for my pump, for my lighting, and a lot of other stuff. So I'm going to be needing pretty thick 12 volt wire going throughout. So for that, I'm going to be using a Victron DC to DC converter, 24 to 12. As you can see right here, this Victron, it's a 3-post only. It's non-isolated, so you need isolation. Don't get this one. As you can see, you have a common negative, you have your battery positive, and then you have your appliance positive. 24 volt in, 12 volt out. This will also actually puts out a little over. I think it puts out about 13.5 or 14 volts. Maybe, I'm not quite sure. However, because they suggest you put a battery, a starter deep cell battery behind this as well. So you have your 24 volt battery here, and you put your 12 volt battery here for starting your main engine. And it'll keep it fully charged, and all your devices are running off that battery, but this is keeping the battery fully charged. As you can see right here, it has a remote enable. So let's say the battery is fully charged, or your lithium ion batteries are too low. You can have it disconnect right here, and it'll shut off the conversion process. You can also probably do thermal shutdown. This is just an on and off switch. From that, as you can see, here you go, the 3 pin. On the other side has a big fan, keeping it cool. See, 480 watt, 40 amp, non-isolated, 24 to 12 DC-DC converter. This will run everything I need into on the inside. Solar panels, I'm going to be using 24 volt solar panels. I haven't researched which ones I'm going to buy. However, these are going to be larger than the ones I have right now. The ones I already have right now are all 12 volt. these are going to be able to give me enough power. I'm going to have a mount welded around the top of the RV, allowing me to securely to the top without putting any unnecessary holes throughout the RV. Combiner box, fuses, relays, everything in between needs to be done as well. This will take care of a lot of problems that I've had with power. However, it's not even near what I'm going to be finished with the RV remodel. I'm also going to be doing PEX piping, removing that old RV piping throughout. As you can see, it's used industrially, it's used in residential, and it's used in RVs, as you can see from here. This is RV with a bypass right here. So let's say you need to take out this water heater. You turn off the hot, you turn off the cold, you turn on this one right here if you want it to completely bypass throughout. Like you want them to you want continuous pipe. But this is a really nice way. You have your on and off valve here, you have an on and off valve there. So let's say if you put a heater somewhere else, you could just turn this on, I guess. Or I don't know. But yeah, bypasses with it. It's a good idea. Your bypass keeps the water flowing. Oh, if you're gonna drain, that'd also be a good idea. Let it air throughout. This one underneath goes to drinking water. PEX is gonna be more durable. It's gonna be a better option for an RV. This is what was in my RV right now. This gray tubing, as you see. Look at that. It looks exactly like my RV almost. Yeah, see right there? I don't have a bypass right there. And my water heater is actually broken. Anyways, you can either crimp, you could use a plastic fittings. I don't know if they have some on here. Right there. Plastic fittings. Okay. Plastic fittings all throughout. Heater bypass, cold water to heater, hot water from heater, house water valve. Yeah, I'm going to be redoing my whole RV. So I'm going to be buying PEX, buying all the fittings, getting on my electrical boxes as well. I'm going to be redoing all electrical, 12 volt, 24 volt, 110. I'm also going to add in 17, I think, 19 volt as well. I'm going to add a whole line of 19 volt for TV, printer, DVD players, laptops. These all use 19 volts. So if I provide that already, I won't have to tap into any special line or use any other converters. I can pull directly off of it. And then entertainment center, I'm going to put it only. I'm going to be using an instant hot water heater instead of tank. So I'm going to go tankless, propane. I believe that'll be a better option for me. Say PEX, but crappy. Yep. So I'm also going to be redoing the roof. I'm going to be using Henry's Tropical. I started with this one. I'm actually going to buy a larger one. I'm going to sand off and seal it, make sure all the seams are good, and then recoat it with this as well. So yeah, I'm going to be ending this video now. Tell me if you guys have any suggestions. Point me in the right way. If you guys see I'm doing something stupid, stop me, tell me redo it, give me expert advice on what different ways I should do this remodel, and I'll take it all into advice. This is gonna be a very, very long process. My deadline I plan on in 6 months. I'm gonna be buying a trailer. I'm gonna be buying all the necessary tools here in the next few months. So look forward to it. Talk to you guys later.